So here we are. This is it. The last episode of the Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world. It has come to this moment, and as we bid adieu to the Rizzler here, Ray White himself, as he confronts this final battle, all I have to say is the anime itself wasn't that bad. I'm going to start things off. I think this anime was probably about a 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad, had some really good funny moments, and the absolute riz on the guy is crazy. But the anime felt like this was like the end. And I'm just sitting here like Ray's like the main character of a visual novel, and he's going to the different girls, and like you have the different entry lines you say to the girls, and the girls will like you and such. But even with all that, it didn't address the main points, the main parts. So this anime itself, I like the fact that it had the backstory for Ray, great backstory, great setting up, great start to this anime. But I never felt like I'd learned too much of the world and what's going on. And it's like, okay, you know, one event will happen after another event after another event. And apparently there was alluding to the fact that we may get another season. For example, that Ray's being recruited for the arcane war or magic war or something. Which is like, okay, don't know too much about that. Let me just let me paint a picture and give an example. This anime is called The Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World. Ray White did something in the past that ended the war, okay? All we really have seen is like maybe like the ice explosion or some sort. We don't know the details because they didn't really go into the details. But whatever he did that caused this overheat, that ended the war, made him so powerful, so strong, that everyone literally is like, the Iceblade Sorcerer is the #1 sorcerer in all the land. There's no one that can beat him. And we find out it's Ray. Cool. This whole season, we have not seen him pop off. He's had some, you know, fight scenes. We've seen him deal with the bad guys in different ways. And it's like, oh man, he's got these ice powers and stuff. But even in this episode, other people, other sorcerers which have done so many different strong skills. And then you're like, oh man, that's so cool. They still are like, yeah, this is cool, but man, the Iceblade Sorcerer is even better than me. He's not even on my level. He's in another dimension. Show me. His own teacher is over here. They all the teachers go pop off and start destroying a lot of the enemies here. His own teacher, the previous Iceblade Sorcerer, she literally calls down a massive ice blade that's made up of millions of other ice blades to crash down on the enemy. And she's like, I guess I overblew it or something. And it's like, just absolutely lays waste and destroys. And Ray's supposed to be even better than that. So we're sitting there like, oh man, she just did this. All right, Ray, it's your turn. Fight, and like all the other enemies are defeated now. It's only your guy left. What are you gonna do? It's not even sure what he kind of did. All he did, I'm assuming, because it didn't really make it too clear, that he used his blood to freeze the bad guy, the boss here, because his ice blades, like he started bleeding a little bit, and so his ice blades were red instead of the regular blue. So you infer that, okay, he uses blood this time, but you're not even sure if it's his blood or the enemy's blood. And all he really did was just let the ice freeze over the enemy and made him frozen solid. And of course, the enemy's like, oh man, you were right. You are the strongest. You're so cool as you defeat me. Like, to be honest, this fight scene was so short. Literally, the next scene is two sisters fighting each other, slapping each other, and that fight scene lasted longer. They're over there mad at each other for the way they've acted towards each other, and they go into a slap happy, slapping faces and stuff, and they're sisters. Their fight had more meaning. Their fight was, I don't know, like more dynamic than Ray's fight. Ray's fight, all it was in the beginning, he had the sword, the guy punched the sword, it would shatter. He reformed the sword, and it went over and over like that until pretty much this. He freezes the guy over. Congratulations, I just told you what happened, that it just showed in like a couple of minutes. Yet the girls' fight scene was more dynamic and more diverse. And the reason why they're fighting, even though they're sisters, was because of the way that they were growing up. And one felt like the other one was better than the other one, so she had to live up to the girl's esteem, while the oldest one kept trying to be perfect to endure the hardships her younger sister wouldn't have to. And they fought about that because they wouldn't talk to each other about it. That had more meaning than this, what happened in this episode. Congratulations. I saved you some time here. But the anime in and of itself was not a waste of time. It was a good anime. I enjoyed every moment of it. I thought it was very funny in parts, and the maid stuff to like all the different fight scenes were not bad. The anime did feel like they tried to squeeze a lot in, because I've said this in the past. It felt like there was so much in one 20-minute episode. It felt like so much content was in there that I was like, man, okay, all right, I'm getting full on content. Let's go. It's a good anime, but like I said, I still give it like a 6 out of 10. And would it be something that you could skip and be okay with? Probably. You could probably see a highlights reel of Ray's best liners and be satisfied, honestly. Go on YouTube, go wherever. Ray White's best pickup lines, Riz lines, whatever. And that would probably be like a 20-30 minute reel, and you're good. Write down, take notes, and you'll be perfectly fine. And that was probably the best parts of this anime. Like even here, the girls, like all the girls are over here are like admitting that they're competing for Ray's affection, and that they all deserve to be with him, if you will, and that they won't bow to the other one. And essentially it's like, let the best woman win type of deal. And is, I have no clue as far as who he actually ends up with in the end, but it was, kind of hilarious, funny moment, because all the girls, like when it was Amelia and Rebecca first talking, and then the other girls pop up and it's like, what about us? And they all, it's like, oh, we're gonna get Ray type of deal. And it's, like I said, this anime had a lot of good funny moments and I enjoyed it. But I don't think my assessment is wrong. I wish it showed the Iceblade Sorcerer really popping off and really seeing like he can rule the world. We've seen some anime like that, like One Punch Man, like some really overpowered, overtuned heroes that is like, my lord, if they actually tried to rule the world, they really could. But Ray here at no point seemed like he was stronger than everyone else. Like we saw the sorcerer moves from a lot of people, but nothing he did seemed over the top, other than what the master did in the last part of the fight. But nothing he did seemed over the top that everyone's esteem of, my God, the Iceblade Sorcerer is the best in the land. And, if it does have a season 2, I'm hoping that there's a more drawn out fight scenes to where, especially for Ray, we can sit back and be like, man, now, oh, that's an OP character. So then that way it would be amongst some of the greats that we've seen in a lot of different anime. So that's how I feel about it. That's my assessment. Take it for what it is. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Write in the comments down below. Overall, not a bad anime. 6 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. And make sure you guys like the video and also subscribe for more anime reviews. Just like this one, there'll be more in the future as the next anime season starts up here shortly. We'll definitely be getting into even more reviews. And let me know what you guys are looking forward to, so then that way I can kind of have an idea of what you guys are really looking towards. And that way we can have some weekly reviews on that as well. But I apologize that as you can hear, I'm kind of getting over a cold. And I apologize that even this episode might have been a little bit delayed, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys be safe, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.